Right. Okay, let's get started again. I think one or two people may not have returned yet, so I won't take roll just yet. No, but if you're here, you don't get dropped. Turn and then pull. The precondition of pulling is turn. I think one of these days, like within 10 years or so, people will be so used to the automated doors. When they approach a door with a knob, they don't know what to do with it. It's like, whoa.
I remember on the Star Trek 4, they went back to the past. We're trying to use an elevator, and they were like,
oh, that has to be the same one where they went to the the carrier, also called Enterprise, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because Chekhov, radio back, and say, "I found the Enterprise," right? They had all these, different, kind of flavors to the different movies of Star Trek. Some are more funny, some are more humorous.
They thought that they were trying to use an elevator, so they were saying like what floor they wanted to go to.
Yeah.
And they thought the turbo lift was broken.
Yeah. And I also remember Scotty when he was in the engineering room, he was trying to talk to the computer, so he picked up the mouse and talked to the computer. Do you guys remember that? You don't? Yeah. But it's amazing how much of the Star Trek and most of the sci-fi technology are here already. If you think about it, like the communicator, okay? In the original Star Trek, back in 1967, what does the communicator look like? It was bigger than a cell phone, right? It has a flip open thing, that makes when you open it. And guess what? We have cell phones that are much smaller and much more capable than that these days. And if you think about the TNG, the next generation, how big is a communicator? It's a batch, right? And we do have Bluetooth technology of exactly that size. Now, we don't have any type of cell phone that is of that size that is capable of, sending a signal back, from a planet back to the ship. But the cell phone, a Bluetooth technology is perfectly fine on the ship itself because you can have, Bluetooth devices throughout the ship to pick up the signal. So within the ship, it is completely perceivable that people can just talk to each other using a Bluetooth dongle, a Bluetooth headset. And they did not even have a plug-in headset like the ones that we do. They only have the batch type, which has no privacy, right? You cannot say, Riker, so and so is calling you and it's urgent, and then the rest of the crew gets to listen to the whole conversation, right? So we actually have better technology than sci-fi. Someone was talking about some other technology that we use in sci-fi movies and whatnot, and we have technologies that are now surpassing, what people thought that we should be having, today. Yep.
Have you seen the thing on the History Channel where they go through every technology presented in Star Trek and how we've actually there's a whole hour show about what technologies we have actually used, and even in NASA, kind of we're emulating ideas from Star Trek and whatnot.
Yep.
I also remember that there's one episode of the original series where they were reprogramming a computer by rewiring it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Well, if you think about your cell phone, it comes pretty close to a tricorder already. In fact, if you have an Android cell phone, there is an app called Tricorder. And I'm not kidding. It has a tricorder application where, it will, talk to all the different type of sensors that are on your cell phone. And, other than, scientific instrumental, stuff, on the cell phone, Your cell phone actually has a lot of sensors already. It has audio sensor because of the microphone. It has a video pickup from your camera, and that's a lot of information already. It can also pick up magnetic fields because of the compass. It knows your location because of the GPS. It has tilt sensors. It knows whether you're walking, accelerating, decelerating, and that sort of thing. So it's only really up to the software to make really good use of all the sensors and integrate the sensors into specific applications. So you're not looking at just the audio portion. You're not just looking at the tilt portion. You're now trying to integrate all the different things at the same time. If someone wants to, I can see that it is entirely possible to make your cell phone turn it into a I cannot remember the name of those things. There are equipment that you can put into a car to measure the horsepower of your car. Okay, you can do that. Yeah, it's kind of like a virtual dyno, so it's not actually running on those rollers, but you can tell how fast your engine is running if you do an acoustic analysis of the noise around the car. Because most cars have at least some sort of primary noise from the car. If you do a signal analysis on that noise, you can probably correlate that noise to the actual engine speed. And the accelerometer of these cell phones plus the GPS can track the speed of the vehicle at all times. Okay, so we are not really, it's not fictional. I mean, you can actually do it. The only question is, how accurate can you get compared to a real dyno? Of course, you also need to know the weight of the car, but that's easy. With your cell phone, you can basically just dial in the. Okay, here's an application. Someone can probably do it, and I won't even charge you royalty for using this idea. Okay, write an app so they can take the app. You can take your cell phone, go to the windshield, take a picture of the VIN of your car. Have the app automatically interpret the VIN and find out what kind of car you have. What is the model? What is the make? How much does it weigh? Okay, normally. And then your app can measure the dyno, because now you know exactly how much the car itself weighs, minus the driver and other payload in the car. Then all you have to do is to find an empty stretch of a street, put it in first gear, and press on the gas and let it go.
Actually,
Yep.
Most cars they have a barcode on the door or inside the front door of the.
Even better.
The
Yep.
red laser app. Use the red laser app as the starting point.
Red laser app.
There's this red laser app that you scan barcodes and see the price of food.
Yeah.
Like that.
Google releases its own market application. When I had the first application that scans the barcode of a product to look for other products to compare prices and comments, it was really bad. I mean, I would do it. I would try to do it inside Walmart, which has reasonable lighting, and it would not scan the barcode. And the Google app is so much better. I just have to walk up to something that has a barcode, press the button. I don't even have to press a button. It scans continuously. As soon as it picks up a barcode, it will just beep and say, "Okay, I got a barcode," and it will not only locate the product using Google search, it will even tell you, "I know your current location. You can buy this product at this place and this place and this place and this place. If they are all within like 2 miles from where you are."
And not to mention which one has it cheaper.
Well, with the Google app, it is cross retailer. In other words, it will try to locate the product within the retailers within your current location or your current vicinity. So, if I'm shopping for something in Costco over at, is it the Citrus Heights store? If Walmart next door has the same product, it will pop up. It will also collect the opinions or comments, from different sources and pull it into one single spot, so you can actually see, how many stars, people give to this product.
And compare the prices.
And you can compare the prices. Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. You can do it. It works well on books too. I think on books, anything that has a barcode, it worked fine. I was amazed, by how quickly it can acquire the barcode and also use the barcode to look up, the product, information about the product. It was really fast.
Maybe you can change the range. I mean, the area, like not 2 miles, but 5 miles, or
Yeah, I think it just sorts by location. So if the next store is 20 miles away, it will list like the store that is 20 miles away. But the point is, it's not only giving you online stores; it's also giving you physical stores that are physically located close to where you are. And that's why I think Google is going to be a huge. It will beat Microsoft to a pulp. Because the business model of Google is so different from Microsoft's way of making money. Google's way of making money is by ads, right? By advertisements. Every time you click on an ad that is powered by Google. No, trust me, Google is not commercial in any way. So Google makes money by clicking on those ads, because part of the money, will be paid by the person who's advertising the product. But when you click, Google collects money from the from the person who wants to advertise. But at the same time, whoever is trying to advertise is gaining, a business, because here's another chance of selling a product. So this is the way things really should be done. Google doesn't care about selling licenses of products like Microsoft does. Microsoft, how does Microsoft make money? It's by selling the licenses of products. Okay, when you buy Microsoft Office, what are you buying? You're not buying the box. You're not buying the DVD. You're buying the permission to use the software under certain conditions. That's all that you are buying. And Google is not operating based on licensing. It's operating based on advertisements. Okay, and collecting information and letting people access all that information. I can see certain problems with Google, if they start to share that information in an improper way, a lot of bad things can definitely happen. It's not like, people or the government has not tried to convince Google to release, what Google has already. Tell me, with this IP address, what is the search history of this IP address for the past 3 months? Okay, that information it's a privacy issue. Now, at the same time, you can also argue that for public safety, that could be vital information to catch criminals. But at the same time, if you can do it to everybody, then there's no privacy anymore. So there's always a balance between those two things, and Google is always hanging kind of in the balance because it has access to all that information. And this works even it's even worse if you sign into Google first. Then it doesn't matter what your IP address is, because they can tell that you are so and so, and these are the things that you have searched in the past 3 years. It keeps a record of everything that you, all the words that you search for, all the things that you click from Google search. It has a record of all that. So keep in mind, how much of that information is actually stored by Google. All right. So getting back to our linear search algorithm, we want to talk about a lazy approach this time. So I will go ahead and save the document again, and then save it again as a different name. And this time we will call it lazy. Well, since we were on the subject, I just want to digress just one more time. I think it was about 2 days ago, I read an article that talks about how, now you guys, most of you, know that, when you get onto Facebook or when you get an invitation from Facebook, someone says, oh, I saw your picture on Facebook, you're really handsome or you're really pretty, I want to be your friend, and, just, click me and add me to your friends. Sometimes you get, invitations like that. I never get invitations like that because my Facebook picture is, it's just not